Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Zell. So today we're here in the bedroom again, and I'm gonna show you guys my top 13 easy houseplants for beginners on my collection. So on this list, I don't have any pothos, ZZ plants, or snake plants included. I don't have nothing against those plants because those plants are beautiful, and I have those also on my collection. I just want to show you guys some kind of more uncommon, not really uncommon, because most of these is are from big box store actually, and they're just not the usual, like pothos, snake plants, ZZ plants that you usually see everywhere. So yeah, I have 13 plants to show you guys. So let's start. Okay guys, first plant on the list is this beautiful philodendron Mayi. So I've got this from Home Depot, I think December last year, and I don't usually see this on like a big box store. I never seen this from Lowe's, and even the what you call that local nursery. So when I saw this from Home Depot, I was like, wow! So I grabbed one, and on one pot there's actually uh two plants on a pot, so I separated it, and the other one I am trying to sell it because I don't really need two of this. This is so pretty. It makes like the area jungly when I see these leaves, because I remember I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably this plant. Like I've seen something like this on our farm on the Philippines. They're like the plants that you can see on the uh jungle or something climbing on the tree. Yeah, I've seen something like this. I'm not sure yet because when I was still there, I we don't really care about house plants or plants. I mean, on the wild, we it's for us. It's just like wild plants and weeds and all that. But now I feel like I remember all those plants that on our farm. I was like, oh my gosh, those are philodendron, those are anthuriums. But anyway, this is like just make I usually put this in here, but I think I need to repot this and put it on a moss ball because this can actually climb or uh crawl if you want, if you let it. So yeah, I just put it right now in here on this side. It doesn't get a lot of light, although there's a Saltic solution grow light in there, but because I have so many plants in here, so it doesn't get much light. But there's also like windows on the side. But yeah, it's just so easy. I just need to water it because I have it on my chunky mix and it dried up so quickly. But yeah, the easy plants doesn't need its own grow light. Just water it, a little bit of fertilizer, and that's it. It's unfurling this new leaf. See, so if you don't have a philodendron Mayi, you need to get one for yourself. It's so pretty. It's easy. Yeah. So yeah, this is philodendron Mayi for the first plant. I just put this on this decorative pot, and it's big, but it looks pretty. So I can put it on the side here. There you go. Okay, next on the list for the plant number 2 is this Syngonium uh, Winlandii. Hope you can see it, but it's so pretty. It's like so velvety, and yeah, I've got this from Lowe's. So most of these plants is actually from big box store. So got this from Lowe's, I think last year also, like November, December, and it's so pretty. It's like how look how like dark the leaves are. So you know, when the houseplants leaves are dark, they can actually uh, thrive on low light condition or survive. But this one, I just put it next to a window, I think, on my plant room. Uh, west facing window, no, south facing window. So it gets a little bit of sun, but the window there is so small. But yeah, I actually thought this plant also has actually bugs or trips, but I don't think so. I just need to water this like often because I just use like the same like arid mix for all of my plants, and it just dry up so quickly. So yeah, that's Winlandia. I also haven't seen this again from Lowe's, and I feel like most of this, like the Mayi Mayi and this one, when I see something like unusual, there's always just one or two plants that like leftover plants. But yeah, uh Syngonium Winlandia. Usually Syngonium are actually really uh easy and fast growing. So yeah, also this the green version, just the regular green version of this on the Philippines is like just a weed. They're just growing, climbing up on the like trees. So anyway, this is Winlandia Syngonium. It's so pretty. I need to water this because when you don't wait until this gets like totally dry, because that's what happened. It started to brown on the older leaves. So you need to, I'll put it in here so you can see it. Oh, pretty. Yeah. Next is, this is some kind of Tradescantia. I've got this from my plant friend Shell. We trade some plants, and oh, this is like one of my favorite. I also just need to water it often too because I think they like water, but they're so easy. I just actually put this on that side there. It gets a little bit of grow light from the grow light, but I also saw this from Lowe's. You can find it from Lowe's. Uh, the leaves are so, what do you call that? Like fuzzy. If you can see that. Oh, it's so pretty because they're like so juicy. Fun. So yeah, it's so pretty. Um, Teddy bear Tradescantia. Yeah, that's for the third plant. So I'm just gonna put it in here. Oops, sorry. Next is, let me see. Uh, the, yes, there's a Calathea on my list. This is a Calathea pelosa, but I think this probably is some sort of tinanti, but they're still like part of the Marentaceae family. See that? There's a little bit of browning because when I got this few months ago from like a local grocery store. So yeah, there's plants on your grocery store. I got this for $12, I think, and then I just put it on my counter without any grow light and all that, and I didn't water it for a few weeks. So all these are the old leaves, but it's so pretty. You see that? So uh, I know Calathea is some kind. They're like a diva. I have a few. You can see my Calathea orbifolia, and I have um few. No, only one. I think I have only one prayer plant that is not doing good, and I have a Triostar Stramanti that also not doing good. They're like dying. But if you want to add some, you want to collect, different genus of plants. Like this one is Syngonium, this one is Tradescantia, this one is a philodendron, and this one is Calathea. And you know, you want to have a little bit of everything that is easy. And if you just started collecting plants, I think this is really good. I just put this next to my like mirror waterfall on the living area. It actually looks so good in there, and it gets a little bit of light from that grow light where I put my uh, large Monstera esqueleto. So yeah, it's so pretty, and I think you can actually propagate this from this like sector. I don't know what you call this, but you can cut it from this side. This one, this plant is not variegated, but the other one here are nicely variegated, which I think I like actually the contrast of non-variegated and variegated. Also, I think I remember we also have something like this in the Philippines, like they grow next to like a waterfalls actually. Yeah, it's so pretty. So this is Calathea pelosa. Calathea pelosa. That's for the uh fourth plant. Next plant is, oh, this pretty. Oop, doesn't have a tray. So yeah, beautiful Defin bakia reflector. I just got this, I think last, what was that? Oh, Valentine's Day this year. So it's just a couple of months, and oh my goodness, look at that. I know Defin bakia is also like common plants, different. It just there's a different kind of common Defin bakia, but this one is kind of rare. I've got this from our local nursery. Um, Green Acres, I think. Yeah, Green Acres. I've never seen this from uh, big box stores yet, but there's a different kind of different backyard that you can actually get from the big box store. You can order this online. The Greenscape, the Greenscape from Etsy, they have this plant for I think 18 or 20 to $20. But yeah, it's so pretty. And if you want different kind of different backyard than the normal, I think I don't know what we call that normal different backyard that you can get from just the usual different bucket that you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. This one is so pretty, you guys. So, as I've said before, I want this to grow big and make it like a statement plant because that leaves. And there's two babies in here that is actually starting to grow too. Is starting to grow leaves. So yeah, Dieffenbachia reflector, and also this is highly poisonous to to plants, to human and pets. So just be careful when you get something like this, Dieffenbachia. They also call dumpkin because you feel dumping, you eat it. I don't know. But yeah, Dieffenbachia reflector on this side. Yeah, next is another philodendron. This is a philodendron uh, red emerald. I've got this at the same time, I think. Yeah, I got this at the same time. I think this one is already growing on this pole. See that? If you remember, it's just like on a plastic cup that they're selling as an assorted foliage, and I plant three plants on this pot with the moss pole, and it's already growing really nicely, and it doesn't get uh it doesn't need lots of lights. Honestly, you just need to water it and fertilize. That's it. I put it next on the edge of my uh, snake enclosure, and then under my snake enclosure it gets a little bit of light from the grow light, but they're on the edge of the shelf, so they don't really get a lot, both of these. So yeah, so this one actually grow like big. You put it on a tall moss pole and they just grow big leaves. But I don't know if I have a space for this, but right now I just love how it looks like little uh plant. It's not actually little, it's already big. So yeah, philodendron, red emerald. Put it on this side too. And for the, how many is it? One, two, three, four, five, six, or seven. For the seventh plant is this Hoya avobata. You guys, if uh you don't have a Hoya yet, I know some people get, they find Hoya like hard to take care of. Some people, but a lot of people love Hoya. Hoya head. Uh, I don't have lots of Hoya, but this one is like probably my most, the easiest Hoya in my collection. So you can see it on the side there. I propagated from this mother plant, and now I have two on both sides. I mean, one there and one on the other side here. Uh, I let it climb up because I want to climb up there on the ceiling one day. But those are actually just propagated from this mother plant. And when I say easy and easy, I just watered probably every after 2 or 3 weeks, and it's still growing, you guys. It's still growing leaves, and I don't even. I just sometimes put this on the middle of my plant room because like I don't know where to put this because I don't have nothing to hang this on my plant room. So sometimes I hang this on my shelf, my wire shelf, and then sometimes on my snake enclosure on the side, or sometimes when I water it and I forget that it's actually in the bottom. This will sit for a couple of days in the bathtub and it's still like growing. It's so pretty. There's also a different kind of Hoya ababata, like the variegated, like inner variegated and then outer variegated, and the splash. This is actually splashy too. See that? But yeah, I think this is just a normal one. I don't know, but you can see splashes on it. The splotches. It's so pretty. This is the easiest Hoya on my collection. Like easy. You see that there? It's just came from this mother plant as like one node to two leaves cutting. I think I potted up 3 or 4 cuttings in there, and now they're climbing on the wall. I just use those clip plant clip to make sure they're not actually climbing, they're supported with the clips. So yeah, but maybe someday it's actually gonna grow like the roots, but I don't want it to grow on my wall actually. So anyway, this is the seventh plant, Hoya ovabata. Okay, next plant is it's a rubber plant. This is a burgundy rubber plant. I know ficus are not easy. I mean, they need lots of light, but this one I think is an exception because it has darker, leaves. So I just put this on our like TV entertainment cabinet, like the cabinet below the TV. So I put this in there and it's actually growing this already. I thought it's not even gonna grow any. It stays alive, but it's not really growing into like, a tree because it's on a little part in here. See that? But I think if you want a ficus or a rubber tree, you can get a ficus burgundy for a beginner if you're just starting and you don't have grow light and you don't have big windows. You can start with this a ficus burgundy. So it's so pretty. Yeah, I've got this from uh Lowe's too. yeah, that's that for the eighth plant. And the next one is ta-da! I know this is a common plant, like everyone, I think every people that started um collecting plants they started with a money tree, because it's also like the pothos, the ZZ plants, or the snake plant. But I included this in here because I know uh most people, not most, but yeah, most, yeah, I feel like we want something like a tree form, the one that grows big like a tree on our house. But uh, if we choose fiddly fig, you're gonna have a lot of trouble if you don't have a grow light or a big window on a west facing window. But yeah, this one, I actually this just have this on the uh, north facing window. As long as there's a window, there's still light. Even if it's not direct light, it will grow. But I just started to oop, to move it to this bedroom next on the side of my husband's bed, side of the bed, because this plant is one of the probably the original, like, top five plants on my collection when I was just starting collecting more than 5 years ago. So this is the one that we get when he was still that bird, you guys. Uh, renting like an apartment. This is the first plant that we got. So this is an old plant and it actually died. I mean, it almost died like a couple of times. So I would say this plant doesn't need to be repotted all the time or repotted into a bigger pot. Just put it on a pot that kind of the roots are still gonna be like snug. Because my mistake when I repotted is that time, like when on our previous house, like our first house, I repotted on a bigger ceramic pot. And Ginger, I think he's having a nightmare. Baby, baby, hey, you okay? Wake up, you okay? Yeah, she's just sleeping here on the side on the love seat. So I repotted it on a bigger ceramic pot, and it lost all its leaves. It started to yellow first, and then all the leaves drop, and I have to repot it onto a smaller pot, and then put it on like a chunky mix, and then just water it when it's like lightweight like this. So I will never plant this on a ceramic pot ever again. So I just put it on my husband's side because he loves money tree, and this one is actually our first, I would say, like, big plant. No, it actually started as small. Like, can you see this? This is where it started. Like, it's probably growing like this, maybe like a foot. And this one is already, I already cut this a couple of times, as you can see in here, because of, it's almost died, and I have to save it, and I have to cut the dying, what you call this, stems. But yeah, money tree, if you want a tree in your house and you don't have lots of lights, and you just water it when it dry up, and a little bit of fertilizer, it's just, basic needs of the plant. You don't need fancy humidifier or grow light, just basic need of plant, just right next to the window. So yeah, I also have a variegated money tree. But variegated, you need to have it on under a grow light and a little bit of humidity. They would love that because they will brown, like the variegated leaves will brown eventually. But yeah, this one is so pretty. Okay, next plant is another philodendron. I love philodendron. So this one is actually there's two different kind in here. Uh, this is just the heartleaf hydration. Yeah, the lemon lime, the trailing one, not the upright, and just the regular heartleaf in here. So I've got this from Lowe's, and it's still on the same spot. And oh, just pretty. Look at the contrast of these two different color of leaves. So yeah, I just put it on the base of my large fiddle fig on your back there, and it looks so nice. And I propagated it a lot of times already, and I've sold so many of this already. It just need to be watered with a little bit of fertilizer, and it gets a little bit of sun from the window, but that's it. Yeah, philodendron, heartleaf, lemon lime, and then the regular heartleaf. Should I put this? I'll just put it in here. And next is Raphidophora Transforma. This one needs water, but it's so pretty. Um, yeah, this is if you want something also to climb on your wall. I actually tried this when the first time I got this. I like separated it and put it on two different pots so I can let it climb on this uh where the Hoya of Vatana, but it didn't work because the plant that I got is actually already struggling. It was like a leftover from the nursery because the first time we went in there, I saw this with like a bunch of them on their like table, and then I didn't get it that time. So when we went back in there, like probably 2 weeks after that first time we went in there, there's only two of the plants remaining there. I mean, left over. So I got one, and then it's already browning and it's not in good condition. And then I repotted it right away when I get home because I was so excited and I wanted to climb up on my wall. And it didn't work out. It got a root rot because I potted it up on a big pot already. So I have to remove it from those wall there on the side and propagate it. I actually have propagation and then repotted it in a smaller pot, and now it's growing like this. This actually already need another like taller stake. I don't know if I should let it climb on my wall there. Oh, but yeah, it's so pretty if you want something, like something different, like the the leaf. Look at that, and it doesn't really need. I mean, it very sure gonna appreciate a higher light, but it's growing even if it's right there. It gets a little bit of light from my grow light, but I got so many plants there on the back that it hardly gets light. So it's on that corner. It's so pretty, you guys. Raphidophora Transforma. I put it in here or on my back. Maybe on my back. So I can get a nice thumbnail. Okay. Is this like 12 plant? Yeah. Next is oh, if you have a space, this is a philodendron Rojo Congo. This used to be like a big plant, but I'm gonna put the like a picture there. It's so pretty. But when we moved to this house, I was trying to put it on a decorative pot, and then my husband get got inside the room, and he thinks that I was struggling to put it on like the decorative pot, and he pushed it all the way. He was trying to help me. He pushed it all the way on the decorative pot, and it goes like it got stuck. We couldn't move it out anymore, and it like cracked. So we were trying to move it out, and then we were trying to wiggle it out, and it fell down and it snapped. And you see this. Those are the original like stump like plant, and I actually tried to propagate that and it didn't do well because they're so big and I have to put it on my garage. last winter, and it's outside now, but I think it's gonna be dead already. They're already rotting. So this, I saved this one, and it's so pretty. As you can see, it any plant that has darker leaves will still do good on low light, but they will appreciate more higher light, but will still thrive on a lower light. Like I just put it on down there on the floor next to my fiddle fig. It hardly gets any sunlight or light from the grow light. But I also just wanted to stay big, this small, because this plant grow big, and if you have space, definitely like a statement plant. Like if you want it to grow like better, you can also get it a grow light, because sometimes these leaves lean towards the light, so they look crazy sometimes. Like, yeah, but it's so pretty. There's two plants in here. So yeah, this is for the 12. Is it 12? Yeah, 12 plants. Philodendron Rojo Congo. You guys, I can't believe I actually dragged this giant alocasia regal shield into my bedroom from our living area. So yeah, I have an alocasia on my easy houseplants for beginner list. So this is a alocasia regal shield. As you can see, it's big, it's giant, but it's easy. So if you don't have an alocasia yet, because you know they're just like the Calathea, they're like the diva genus of houseplants, and I'm pretty sure you can find this plant from Lowe's or Home Depot. I got this from Lowe's. Also, one of my oldest plant, um, alongside with my money tree, I think. So yeah, I've got this for over a little bit over 5 years now, and I just made a video of this actually. I think two 2 weeks ago, maybe. So yeah, or maybe last week. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, see that? It's so pretty. It's so big. The only problem that you gonna encounter with this if you have enough space, is enough space, because this grows like probably the biggest alocasia that you can grow inside your house. So yeah, I don't have a lot of alocasia. I'm just starting to venture into more like rare variegated ones, but this one is just, I need to have this in my home whenever go I move. Like this is not even the actual mother plant, because that mother plant actually died off when I have to leave it outside for 2 summers in our previous house, because we're just renting in that house and we don't have big space, we don't have big windows, so it didn't do well outside because of the heat and the wind, so it died off. And then after that it died off, it grows two babies, I think two or three babies on like offshoots, and this is just one of that. The other ones I gave to my sister, and I think other one I sold, and I already sold a lot of this. I propagate not propagated, you can propagate, you can just harvest the corm and they grow easy on sphagnums. So yeah, if you don't have if you're just starting, so this list is just, hopefully you can see me, uh, plants that you can start collecting, uh, that is not pothos, CC plants or snake plants. And if you want to try more like it's not uncommon, but not the usual, plants that I just stated earlier. So yeah, alocasia, regal shield, and you can see when, as I've said earlier, the more that the plant has a darker leaves, they are more like kind of I don't know, they survive on lower situation, but they, as an alocasia, they would appreciate higher uh, light. But this one I just put next to my giant birds of paradise, I can never give them any grow light because they're big. They're sitting on I think it's facing window, so it gets morning light and that's it. But it stays, that part of the house stays bright because of the tall windows. So yeah, this is the 13th plant. So if you're just started collecting plants and you want to, you know, different kind of genus. So I have Calia, Alocasia, Philodendron, Hoya, Syngonium. So yeah, this is the last plant, and I wish I can see. I'm gonna show you maybe like a video, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, if you agree this is like beginners friendly easy house plant, please do subscribe. Why did I do please do subscribe? Please like this video and subscribe if not subscribe yet. Yeah, 13 easy house plants for beginners. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.